Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be back testing and showing you how I back test. Now, you want to make sure you're back testing intentionally. I know a lot of people just kind of scroll and find something, okay? You want to make sure you're back testing intentionally, okay? So what I mean by back testing intentionally, if you're back testing consistently every week, well then you probably already back tested several stuff and you just seen that I had a few back tests. That's why I had to switch brokers just so I can have a clear screen for you guys. So that means if you're continually back testing and you have a few pairs, well then you want to back test the week, okay? So today's the 18th. So I'm going to start, the beginning of this week is the 11th, okay? So I'm going to put this vertical line. Now from here to here is the information I want to back test this week. So this will help you be intentional with, finding trades that you actually missed throughout the week. I know that I didn't trade AU this week. I wasn't even really looking at AU this week, but this is how I want to start. Okay, so I want to start from here going forward, and I still want to try to use the replay mode if I can. So let me just put the replay mode about halfway and see if there's any opportunities that I can see in here that I may have missed. So I'm going to start looking from the higher time frame, which is the 4 hour. Okay, cool. So this is the 4 hour. I see some equal lows in a spring, so I want to check that out a little bit. And the spring also somewhat came into a little bit of liquidity. So let me see what I can break down. Okay, might be a slight accumulation. Okay, this spring, where did it go down into? Okay, cool. We did have a bunch of liquidity. It kind of came into this, but to me, this already got filled. Well, it didn't completely get filled. Let me see here. Just if I was identifying this, I would identify the imbalance at the bottom of the range. So I'd probably be looking down here. Let me just check other time frames to see if it's filled in other time frames. I want to see that that is the only imbalance. It's not. There's imbalance here. So for me, it would be hard because I would probably put it down there unless I had a reason otherwise. Okay, so it's the 8 hour imbalance where it respects to come in. To me, I probably wouldn't have found this just because of this wick right here. So it's important to be intentional with the way you, you mark up your trades and how you work. I could still mark this up, but it's something that I know myself I want to be able to find in real time. And it's important to have that conversation with yourself, because if you just go here, oh, it hit here on the 8 hour, mark it up. Yeah, I back tested. Like, no, for me, I would not have traded this, especially because I don't really do higher time frames. Like, I look at higher time frames, but I don't really catch them like that because ain't nobody got time for that. So, you know what? I'm not going to mark this up. I know the risk to reward is going to be snipe and all that stuff. So for me personally, I'm not going to mark it up because I would get it. I could put a little label on it to have it there. But it's important. But it's important to make a note that even though this is something you back tested, you realize you wouldn't have found it in real time. And when you're back testing, you want to make notes. Why didn't you take this trade? Why didn't you find this in real time? Okay, I mean, personally, I wasn't looking at AU, but the pairs that I was looking at, I need to figure out what I missed or what I didn't see, like why didn't I see it? So this is higher time frame imbalance pretty much. So it's the 8 hour. So I know myself that I probably didn't look at the 8 hour for this. Okay, so let's move on. Let's break that down because, again, I still don't think there's anything smaller that I would have really broken down. The only thing I may have broken down would be, this is not really, you can call this some type of accumulation, but I don't think it really comes back. I'd have to get it come back to there, and it doesn't really. So let me see what we have here at the top. This didn't come back down and fill this. This is just continue going up. You do have a little bit of a retracement right here, but to me, it's a little bit too high in the range for me. But throughout this whole thing, we didn't really get any retracements. So we did kind of have unhealthy price action. Let's break this part down. So for guys, you want to buy low, sell high. And this opportunity right here, I want to consider this bottom or lower of the range. Now, if I'm here and I'm watching this happen, okay, let's say I see this imbalance. For me, this is not at least Like, I like to look to buy under 50% of the current range. So this is my trading range. 50% of this, I mean, we can use a measuring tool if we really want to, would be down here. So to me, this is buying at the top of the range, which isn't ideal. Okay, so even if I break that down, let's see what we have. Okay, so it's kind of the bottom of the range of this mini leg, this mini pullback, and it is a liquidity capture. So that is something that is potentially an area of interest. This is a possibility. I'll mark it up. This would be a lower time frame. So you guys see how I switch time frames, because over the overall leg, it's still at the top of the range, which isn't ideal. But watching market price, and I've traded long enough to know what this looks like. Okay, we have this huge push up, liquidity. And this is the bottom of technically this leg. So let me just mark up this leg or this structure for you guys. Let's just go. I don't even like this here, but whatever. Yeah, very unhealthy price action. So this would be like our first 50% retracement within this whole leg situation. Okay, so let's just mark it up. So we have this area that we looked at. Now let's grab the risk to reward tool. So we have this area here. I put take profits at equal highs, and this is my imbalance and stop loss below this low. Now let's grab the risk to reward tool and see if we can get it to a 1 to 10. So my stop loss is 4.1. My take profit is 30 pips, but that's a 7.3. So let me make this my equal high up here. If this doesn't work, then I'm out of this trade. I'm not taking this trade because there's no clear defined area that's gonna give me my 1 to 10 that it's actually been before. Okay, I do trade over 8.5, but now this is not in the best area. Now it's not giving me the best risk to reward, but I will back test this. So this may not be a trade again that in real time that I'd be eager to take. Okay, boom. So it is off by 1 pip, but it could be broker data. I don't really mark up on this broker. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video, so I don't mess up my real charts. And let's fly away. So that was another opportunity within the week. So it's always interesting to see just so much, like how much stuff actually happens in the market. Let's just go back up to 30. Okay, cool. So for me, honestly, that's all the opportunities that I really see. But this is how you backtest. So for me personally, I'm personally not going to put this in my Discord because I don't like it. It doesn't really conform with most of my rules, such as top of the range. Didn't exactly hit where I want to hit. It's good to backtest it. I'm going to leave it here, but it's not something I'm putting in my Discord for me to study. Now, I want to see what we're building here. Is this a slight? Okay, we have this huge sell-off. It's not really giving me life right now. Personally, I don't see anything here either. I want to start looking here when the market opens. See if we're at the top of the range right now, which I believe we're in down structure. This could be a pullback, low, high, lower low, but this is the main high. So in the higher time frame, we pushed this imbalance. There's no real targets to sell up here. So we may keep walking it up into these time frames. So now if I'm on the 4 hour, we are still in the bottom half of the range and there's no real targets up here unless it just rejects at these equal highs. So these equal highs here could create this could create more liquidity. So technically this is almost bottom of the range. If I got another entry, maybe there's some type of entry on the order block. Nope, it already came. Okay, so that's another opportunity technically here, if you want to call it that. But again, it didn't really give me that unhealthy push. It's not like my biggest area, but I'm just gonna mark it up. What's this? The 4 hour OB fill. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this pair, guys. Like sometimes I like to upload these type of videos where I'm just really showing you what it is, kind of like in a Zoom call type of situation. Not every time you get on the chart is it gonna be super clean, super anything. So this week in AU, I don't feel like I really missed anything crazy that was just standing out super for me to just, you know, get a sniper entry. Now that week is done. Here the market opens today, and now I know what happened throughout the week. I've studied how we got here on different time frames. So what we need to do is really break this high for us to even slightly start considering bearish momentum. So I want to see it get above here before I would start buying. but I'm really interested in this area up here. I don't really have a bias on AU right now, guys. To me, it's just doing a lot of nothing. Other than that, if it's just gonna rally up, I'm not really gonna do anything. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Not too much deep training, but you know, I want you guys to really listen to the conversations I have out loud with myself. These are the same conversations I have by myself when I'm thinking. I want you guys to kind of hear my thinking process, not just get on and be like, okay guys, look, this is imbalanced, it got filled, order block got filled, Discord, boom, life is great. No. You need to understand how to walk yourself through opportunities that are highly probable and some that aren't. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.